going to be fun. It is the beginning of April, and every beginning of the April is one of us dad times where we like to pick on the kids and cause some dad jokes and whatnot for April Fools. But look, thinking of these amazing franchises, Andy, it makes me think of some really foolish things that franchises in sports have done. And probably right off the bat, number one, and I know this is a hot take with you, so I'm excited to do this. We're going to do, we're just going to give kind of some hot takes, right? Coming in hot takes, if you will, of franchise uniforms. Man, of any sport. So, man, how do you think? What do you think might be for this one?
Yeah. So one of the things that I am very passionate about, and Kirk and I have had multiple conversations based around this idea, is that, and we talked about it, right? A lot of the reasons that the MLB franchises are iconic is the uniform is one of those parts of that. But there are some really foolish things that sports franchises do with their uniforms. And I'm just going to give you a few of my hot takes. You guys let me know if you agree. Give me your thoughts too. Number one, I do like throwbacks for the most part. They're okay. And I could talk about specific throwbacks. Look, if you look at Denver Broncos throwback, brown and yellow fudge banana looking
those
socks with the stripes going horrible. You look at Green Bay's throwback with the brown helmet and the big yellow circle, garbage.
What gets me about that one, it's got two different color browns. The brown helmet is different than the brown like socks or pants.
So bad. It's so bad. But let me give you a few specifics, because again, like I said, I could talk about those. But the NBA has messed the jersey up so bad. And let me tell you, out of all the throwbacks of any sport, I probably like NBA throwbacks more than any. The Toronto Raptors throwbacks, those Orlando Magic, right? Some of those throwbacks, they're just really cool looking. But there are times when I'm watching, and I don't watch it often, but where maybe I'll see highlights or something, and I'm seeing the Lakers play in some baby blue jersey. Like, what? I don't know who's playing. I want to be able to turn it on and be like, look, because I remember, like, if you've got teams, iconic teams, right? Celtics, Lakers, you've got the purple and gold versus the green and white. Like, this is part of the package deal that you're getting is this, you see this, who's playing. I have no idea who's playing. I don't know. And it's like every day there's a different jersey. And that kind of goes back to my disdain for Oregon Ducks and that whole thing about how they have a different jersey every single week. And really, it boils down to this. I find that, when I was coaching, granted it was junior high level, but still in that culture and in that mindset, so many of these kids, and I don't want to feel like the old guy sitting on his porch, get off my lawn, but they're so worried about the swag, right? They're so worried about the look and just kind of that whole idea of the sport, rather than the sport itself. I am a huge fan of ultra super traditional uniforms, like Penn State College, right? I love it. It is so boring. And I get it. Alabama, right? You guys can hate Alabama all you want, and that's fine. But like they are consistently the same uniform, right? So one of my, and this is probably 16 hot takes all in one, is just when they mess up the jerseys, they mess up all of the uniforms. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. And I want to know who's playing. So what do y'all think about jerseys? What do y'all think about uniforms?
So I'm going to agree with you on the throwbacks, dude. You nailed out a few of the ones that I was thinking of. And the throwback jersey, I think, should mimic obviously a jersey from their past. And that's great. And I love seeing the old ones. I love when like the baseball does a throwback and it looks like they're made out of like canvas bag, like it looks like they're playing still with a literal, the bases used to actually be a bag, like the glove only has one finger or like all the fingers are separate. They don't have any. Yeah. It looks like it's playing back then. That's all cool. But man, some of those football ones like you named are just awful. They are awful. The Broncos, the Packers, the Steelers.
Oh,
They look like bumblebees with a big black check, whatever. But there are some throwbacks that are really good. The Saints one actually is pretty cool. The Eagles is pretty cool.
The Kelly Green Eagles. Yeah, the Kelly Green Eagles.
The Lions is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers, who a lot of people hate, is really cool. That creamsicle is
red
really
pirate,
cool.
yeah.
But man, I'm gonna just jump in and say some of the ugliest jerseys. I don't know what the heck MLB was thinking. There are two sets that I just have to throw out there right now. Two sets. One was this idea that I think it was like 99 or something. And, they were thinking Y2K or something. I think it was 99. We're going to turn ahead the clocks. So it's going to be, what will our jerseys look in the future? And they did this like line of uniforms, and I don't even know how long they wore them. One time was too many for most of these teams, and they did oversized logos. Like it would take the logo, right, like and just put it really big where it's not even completely on there, like it's all around the back, it's like cut off. And the one that just really, I don't know what they were thinking, but is the Pirates one. It's the pirate logo, right? It's like freaking huge, this pirate guy. And the jersey is red. It's red.
Oh, man.
What? Turn ahead the clock. I'm going to give the viewers three of them. Pirates, Rays, and Rockies. These three jerseys are just horrendous. Go look at those. So that's my first kind of uniform hot take, right?
So another one with jerseys too. And we talked about this plenty of times. Let's just go to the NFL, okay? Every team has team colors, right? The Vikings are not going to come out with an orange jersey, right? I mean, that doesn't work, right? That's not part of their color scheme. But there are so many teams that come out with what I like to call black for black's sake. They have a black jersey just to say they have a black jersey. And I'm okay. The Saints having a black jersey makes sense, right? Because that's one of their colors. The Raiders obviously have a black jersey. The Steelers, there's teams that have that. But teams like the 49ers having a black jersey, like, it doesn't make sense. I don't get it at all. Like, it's so disjointed. You've got the helmet as the gold and the red and the white, and then you got black. It almost looks like you're a quarterback playing at practice, and that's to signify you can't get hit. Right? Like you're wearing the quarterback. That's all that I think of when I see that. It's like, did you guys ship the wrong thing to the stadium? Like, what happened here, and why are we doing that? And it doesn't apply to every team, right? Like I said, I think the Cardinals have a black jersey. I'm cool with that because there is some black within the Cardinal. That's okay. It's whatever. If black is one of your colors for your team, feel free. But if it's not one of your team colors at all, don't do it. Don't do it.
I got one. This might be the ugliest jersey in the history of jerseys, period, right? You've got to go and look at the Montreal Canadiens throwback striped jersey. Please put a picture up for these guys to see it. It is horrendous. It's stripes from it's hockey, but it's stripes from the guy's skates all the way up to his neck. The shirt is striped. I think there's other kind of crazy things on the pants. It's crazy. And then there's another one. It's Vancouver, and I think they're the Canucks. They are all brown with a yellow V and an orange V right here, and that's it. And there's some on the pants, I think. These two, I'm like, how did this guy get paid to make these, right? I guess it's the 70s or 60s. It was cool back then, but dude, terrible.
How about the Maryland Terrapins helmet in college football? It's like the state flag is all across there. Right? Oh, man. It's
like yellow, black, red, white.
But it's like split in four, like their flag. Yeah. If you see their flag, so it's like four different things happening on their head.
Yeah, I mean, Maryland was like, we're not getting any buzz around here. What can we do to get some buzz? Well, have you seen our flag? It gets a lot of buzz. It's ugly. Well, let's use that. Okay,
so how do you want to use it in the helmet? I don't know. Just put it on there.
Slap it right in the helmet. We'll make it 4 quadrants.
Yeah, it's hideous. It's awful. It is the worst. It's probably why you don't hear about Maryland Terrapins that often.
Here's a big one, and I know you kind of alluded to it, Andy. You like all just the basic uniform, right? Penn State, the whiteout, and all that. Yeah, I know. But how about when they use like fluorescent colors, right? Like the Seahawks, right? I know you hate that. And Oregon Ducks. And because the comment I think you made to me was, this looks like something an arena football team should be wearing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, what's interesting is that originally when Seattle changed their jersey to that newer style one, I thought that was hideous. But now that you look at it, it looks normal, right? There are so many other jerseys that have come out since then, and kind of talking about the color rush uniforms, like Denver Broncos color rush uniform, the highlighter orange pants and jersey, or the Seahawks, right? That just neon yellow, green, whatever, all the way across. It almost makes what Seattle's wearing now just look like a normal uniform, and it really isn't as atrocious as it was when it first came out. I will say the green top is gross. It just doesn't look good. Oregon just, man, I can't bash Oregon enough. That's just garbage uniforms that they wear. So, yeah, the fluorescence, you know, Tampa Bay tried this weird uniform for a couple seasons and then have now come back to a somewhat more manageable, decent looking uniform that they're wearing now, bringing the pewter back and everything, right? And then for a little while they did like the digital clock looking numbers for their it's horrible.
All right, I got one more before we head out. We're in baseball. I said I got 2 baseball ones. The worst jersey. Like how did they even think this was a good idea? Was my number 3 on my list, the Chicago White Sox back in the late 60s, 70s, decided
shorts?
Wear shorts and play baseball. They wore shorts.
Hey, skies out, thighs out, baby.
What? What were you thinking? Right. You know, I know girls softball for several years, even like the college level, they wore shorts and then they would wear the pads all the way up and looking like they were all built. But there is something about baseball pants and the idea of getting down dirty, sliding, diving, you name it, and just being in that, you know, dirt stains on the knees. These guys, not only were they wearing shorts, but they look like old bike coaching shorts, right? And their socks were pulled up all the way knee high, right? And I was like, this. Oh, and even then, the shirt had like a freaking 70s style, like butterfly collar. Special.
Yeah.
Special.
So all in all, man, sports teams have done some pretty foolish things when it comes to their jerseys and their look. And
don't even get started when these guys are like in the Olympics or something like that. Those jerseys they're wearing.
Yeah. So, hey, let us know, Rushmore community, what are some hot takes you have when it comes to sports jerseys, or what do you think about some of these off the wall alternate jerseys, different throwbacks, things like that? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Let us know in the comments. Sure, that's going to be a great conversation.